Hey, Dr. Tyler Williams with Pinecrest Practice Growth, and today we're answering the question, how to start a fee-for-service dental practice. Now, this is a great question, and there's no right or wrong answer, but it really just depends on your goals and what you want to accomplish. So we typically put something together that we call our one-page practice growth plan. It's a single sheet of paper with two sides on it, and on that sheet of paper, we put our goals for this year, our goals for the next 3 years, and the goals for the next 10 years. And from those goals, we work backwards and decide what we want and who we're going to involve and the purpose behind why we're doing it. So the biggest thing to understand and for you to sit down and put a pen to paper is, what is the purpose of your practice? You don't want to have a patient-driven practice or a doctor-driven practice or an insurance-driven practice. You want to have a purpose-driven practice. All those other things are important, but they're not as important as your purpose. So if you're going to set up a fee-for-service practice, you need to first decide and write out your mission and why you want to have a fee-for-service practice. Because a lot of dentists that I've met over the years have good intentions. They say, well, we don't want to be insurance dependent and we want to do what's right for our patients. But then you get into the real world and you start to get questions about insurance and cost. You realize that your patients have lives that are involved around a lot of things, and going to the dentist is often low on the priority list for many people. And so we encourage you to be insurance friendly, but not be insurance driven. The three types of practices you could have, it be either a startup where you hang a shingle out. This used to be more common years ago. It's less common now. There's still, corporate and franchise type offices doing it. The second option would be to purchase an existing practice, which is a very common model. And the third would be a hybrid, which is what we did. And that's where we took an existing small practice and then we aggressively marketed to grow it. So the practice we purchased was only seeing patients about 2 days a week. So we did some marketing because I wanted to be out in the office 4 days a week, and then we grew to 5 days a week, and then even some 6-day weeks until we added more providers and was able to step back some of the days I was seeing patients. But in that process, we learned a lot about insurance and fee-for-service patients and how to approach that. And my biggest caution would be, if you're going to have a fee-for-service practice, don't mix it with a lot of insurance driven systems, because your patients will get a mixed message. They'll feel a mixed message. We take the approach that we are insurance friendly, but not insurance driven. As of right now, we do take one insurance plan, and that's because we've negotiated a lower write-off, so we get a higher reimbursement than average. And we look at that write-off as essentially a marketing expense to acquire new patients. The dark side of that is that you have to pay that marketing or that acquisition cost every time you see the patients, because you have to continue to write off that money. However, it's much less than what it would be with most of the insurance contracts, which we've chosen not to pursue. However, we're still insurance friendly. We'll still file the paperwork for our patients. But what's really helped us grow has been becoming a membership-driven practice. We've learned over the years our membership patients are 5 to 8 times more valuable than our cash patients or our insured patients. And many of our patients come to the office with insurance and they end up dropping it and going with our membership plan, especially if they're looking for an individual type plan. These are often your patients who are retired or self-employed, or they've changed jobs, and they're out shopping for an individual plan, which usually have lower benefits with longer waiting periods. So if you have a lot of retired patients in your community, a lot of self-employed patients in your practice, or a lot of patients who are looking for higher ticket services, then marketing your membership plan is an excellent way to grow a fee-for-service practice, or start a fee-for-service practice, or to help wean yourself off of insurance plans. And when you run these reports in your software, there are a couple that we suggest you run. One would be, what's your collections based on insured versus non-insured patients. And then you can extract that data and compare it. And that's how we've figured out, that our membership patients are bringing 5 to 8 times more to the table. And that might make it easier for you to drop some insurance plans that you're not interested in. So it's a highly valuable report. If you haven't run it, we recommend you go run it tomorrow or have your office manager run it. If you're a new practice, you may not have a lot of data to go off of, but by providing a membership plan and marketing that to your community and working with local businesses or local community groups, you can show that you have a program for patients without insurance, and people love it. Just the idea alone of having a membership practice really appeals to people in your community because they'll see that you're a dentist that cares and you're looking out for people without insurance. Truthfully, your best members are patients who spend more, so we don't suggest that you market it towards really low income patients or patients who are on Medicaid or other programs like that, because they're probably not going to be able to afford the services associated with the membership plan. And that's where we recommend patients like that go to a dental school or a donated dental program, and we help them find those because we feel that, one, it gets the patients the care they need, but also it's just the right thing to do, and it's not the best use of your time or your team's time to continually chase the lower and lower potential opportunities. So hopefully this has been helpful. We look forward to your questions for the next video, and we appreciate the feedback, the insight. If you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to us by reaching us at the contact information below, and we look forward to seeing you next time. So thanks.